This is where you go.
Sure. Thank you. Keep doing the service. June. And then
This is the IBS morning service.
Yeah, I got it.
I was using your dongle all day, all afternoon yesterday. That was okay.
Yeah, no problem.
Is it okay if I use it for the first session? Do you need it?
experience takes, and she's going to do some
I think I need it.
I think there's down school activities and some they will do.
So it's recording now. Okay, so I just have to switch the sound after the service.
Might have it. Oh, I think I see it.
This is one for the yeah.
In my case, live though, so you guys are all.
Oh, no worries.
Hot mic, hot mic. Go for it. Okay, we'll go ahead and get started.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, we'll go ahead and get started. Thanks all for your participation over the last couple days. So we're going to have our final service of this session. So this will, not so much our closing service, but our final morning service. Reverend Landon Yamaoka will be leading us in the chanting of Sambutsuge. Grateful to Igor Sensei, who will be bringing the kancho. Reverend Hirano will be providing a Dharma reflection to kind of bring us together in our final session here. So we'll go ahead and begin at this time. Thank you.
Ojinjo Morning, everyone. Can you please join me in God's show? Rare is it to hear the teaching, but already I have been able to hear. Reverently entrusting myself to the teaching, practice, and realization that are the true essence of the Pure Land Way, I am especially aware of the profundity of the Tathagata's benevolence. Namo Amida.
Namanda.
Passage I began with, which most of you know is from Ojinjo. He was speaking about the wonder of just hearing the Dharma. This is in a world that's filled with distractions, confusion, suffering, and uncertainty. In many ways, our world today is still not very different. The noise has simply changed costumes, so to speak. So instead of the crowded marketplaces and political messengers on horseback, we now live in this world of smartphones, algorithms, artificial intelligence, social media, and endless information flowing toward us every moment of the day. Sometimes it feels like trying to drink from a fire hose, while someone is also yelling breaking news directly into your ear. These past few days, we've been discussing various topics regarding yoga, AI, technology, and as ministers, educators, and Sangha members, we may wonder what place does AI, technology, and yoga have in our ministry? Is it dangerous? Is it helpful? Distracting? Useful? The answer, I think, depends on the heart that's using it. When I look back on my own life, I realized that I love technology. And it's been quietly transforming my world from the very beginning of my life. I still remember, some of you probably can't even imagine, when I first saw color television. I was elementary school, brand new Philco television. I think it might have been like a 14-inch screen or something. And my cousins and me on Thanksgiving were all gathered around this thing. And when the Wizard of Oz came on, it's like, first like, oh, it's not working. Still black and white. And then suddenly, when they got to Oz, the whole world changed. Color came through, it was magic. And later, I was thinking while I was writing my thesis at IBS, I was working at Berkeley Bowl, so I was making good money. So I spent $900 on a Brother electronic typewriter because it had a little tiny screen that I could look at, and I could retype it from that. Give me the sentence. There's no more mountains of that paper, white paper that we used to have. That little machine, I thought, so amazing. And back then, $900 was a lot of money, and that was with my cousin's wholesale discount. Technology also shaped my life in very personal ways. I never could have imagined that over 20 years ago it's been, I met my wife Carmela through Yahoo Personals. which today sounds less like modern technology and more like something discovered in an ancient digital room slash MySpace account and floppy disk. And then there was a much more serious moment in it. There were times when I nearly died once from cancer, another time in Reno, right after a minister's weekend. And it's because of modern medicine, cancer treatment, medical technology, which helped keep me alive. Machines monitored my body, medications developed through scientific research sustained me. Doctors used technologies the previous generations could never have imagined. They're dangerous to big pharma, of course, but because of that big pharma, I'm still here. Just as the technology, some people may be happy with the outcome, and probably some wish I didn't have that technology to keep me alive. But I'm still here able to listen to the Dharma. I'm here to say the Nembutsu. I'm here to listen to the teachings. So when we speak about AI and technology, perhaps the question isn't simply whether technology is good or bad. Human beings have always created tools to extend life, memory, communication, and understanding. Just as a hammer can build a temple or break the windows. AI is similar. It can spread misinformation, shallow thinking, anger, and artificial connections. Some people use religion as a tool to cause dissent rather than nurture and create harmony. But it can also help ministers prepare classes, preserve temple histories, translate difficult materials, reach isolated members, and communicate the Dharma to people who may never physically walk through our temples. For smaller temples like mine, technology is especially important for support. Not a replacement for ministers or Sangha, but just another tool to help carry the Dharma forward. But we must also remember something very important. AI can imitate intelligence, but it cannot awaken and become enlightened. It can generate words about compassion, but it can't truly feel compassion. It can explain the Nembutsu, but cannot say the Nembutsu with gratitude, arising from our human suffering, our joy, our loss, and impermanence. That remains with the human encounter. In Ojinjo, we speak of ourselves as Bombu, foolish beings filled with contradictions and limitations. Ironically, those very limitations may be what opens us most deeply to listen to the Dharma. A machine doesn't fear death. A machine doesn't sit beside a dying loved one. A machine does not whisper the Nembutsu through tears at 2 a.m. Human beings do. And so perhaps AI will not replace ministry. Perhaps it will help to reveal more clearly what our ministry truly is. Not merely delivering information or simply producing whole sermons, but listening deeply, walking with suffering people, sharing laughter at temple potlucks, holding silence after funerals, being physically present. The future temple may live stream services globally, use instant translation, preserve oral histories digitally, and create educational tools Shindan himself could never have imagined. Yet the center remains unchanged. One person hearing the Dharma from another. One candle lighting another candle, as our minister Satan said. One Bombu encouraging other Bombus. And perhaps that's why Shindan's words still speak so powerfully today. So I want to thank you for sharing these past few days with me And thank you for all the support from Judy Konar, her staff, and Dharma Forward for funding these programs. So can you please join me in congratulating? Rare is it to hear the teaching, even in an age overflowing with information. Truly hearing remains rare. Namo Amida.
Namo Amida. Namo Amida. Namo Amida. Namo Amida.
Thank you, Reverend Hirano, for your very thoughtful and meaningful message. I feel like that Dharma appreciation really encapsulated so much of our journey together these past few days. We'll conclude the opening service the morning service at this time. From 9 a.m. we'll be joined by Michiko Inanaga, who will be, she and I will be talking about the Dharma Forward, the generous Dharma Forward Awards of $5,000 who are available to all Kaikyoshi and Kaikyoshi Bolt ministers. So it's an opportunity to learn about those resources. And so we'll have about 30 minutes to kind of transition. We're going to do a little bit of changing the setup and we'll get ready and we convene at 9 for that session. 10, yes, you're right. I misspoke. Yeah, 10.
Namandas.